Hi, this is Mia. I'm gonna go ahead like last time and post a video while I'm speaking. That last video, I don't know why I cut it short. The last two, I cut them short. So I'm gonna go through select files, and I think it's from 2 days ago. 11:27. That's today. 11:24. So I'm gonna see if I can change the name. This one is only 4 minutes. Let's call it video short. I'm gonna say 11:24. This fan is loud. This is a Lenovo. My boyfriend picked it out. It is so loud. I have no memory left on my phone. Or in my SD card. Like, I can take pictures. I can attach anything to a text. 11. I think that was 11:24. I'll just cut 11:24. It'll tell me if I hover over it. It's 4 minutes. Okay. Let's just open it up. I must have been home, and someone must have come in, or I must have got a call or something. Uploading video. Speaking. Checking. I'm not sure why I stopped the video. In real life, need to finish. Notary sign agents course. Alright, so I want to keep that to myself. Pretty much, but I don't have a lot of people watching my videos. So I don't need to, I mean, I could be shooting myself in the foot, but let's just put 3. So you guys do I always want there to be subtitles. Okay. So I am going to cry because I'm really emotional. It is the day after Thanksgiving, and I didn't do anything, and we didn't have any money, and I had seen that the club store was having turkey if you buy 4 items. At the time, like, was it 3 weeks ago that they had that? I probably should have gone, and I probably could have got it. I think they were selling some toilet paper and cleaning laundry stuff. I bought some laundry stuff, and we're changing the way we do laundry, so I don't know. I saw the other day $14.99 was the cheapest thing. I think it was those crystals that you put in your laundry. It's like Downy or whatever. I've never used those, so I did a demo on that for a free demo. So I'm feeling pretty bad. I was feeling okay last night after talking to one woman, and it was nice outside. And the next person, they're like, "Oh, I hope your Thanksgiving was good." I was like, "Well, I just drove around by myself from like 1 to right before sunset at like 4. I might have got, yeah, it was like 1. I don't think I went out. So I sat at home. I woke up at 5 or 6, and I was watching my boyfriend sleep all day, literally. And I turned the TV on to Cold Case Files, and he woke up, and the TV was on for like 3 minutes. So I was sitting there quietly so I wouldn't wake him up, so I could watch my crime show by myself, and then he has to go and let me grab some of these kale chips. They just look good. I'm eating this raw food stuff I ordered, and it kind of tastes like mashed potatoes, but I think it's creamy cauliflower, but it's like raw, and some stuffing made out of nuts or something. It tastes good. My stomach aches. Plus, it came a day late. They don't put dry ice in it. So that was my Thanksgiving. So here's what I plan to do. I went to the food pantry. I rushed there. He was supposed to go. He didn't go last week. I rushed there after work. I work out of town. I just zipped into town, right to the food pantry, 30 minutes before they closed. People in front of me got a turkey. They gave me a chicken. I don't know why the other people got a turkey. I tried to talk to my kids about celebrating Thanksgiving. I don't even know where that went. They weren't that interested in the mess. I was considering trying to order them a pre-made meal from New Seasons that could be delivered, or they could go pick it up. It's really sad. Like, I told somebody that I wanted to make new memories because I have a mixed. It's like narcissism. It's like my family on the outside looks so happy. Driving fancy cars, living in a big house. The house was pretty new, I guess, when we bought it, so it wasn't run down like it has been last time I've been there. Selba, Mercedes-Benz, brick house on the lake, big old yard, just nice. Mom was like matching, shoes with, I don't know if she actually matched shoes with purses, but she would be the type to coordinate and have like 50 purses and shoes and all this stuff. And I feel bad that I gave away her stuff, but it's like you have a big production. I was reading on Facebook, there was this white people on Thanksgiving with their dogs and cats at the table, dinner from 11 to 2. Turkey, stuffing, gravy, mashed potatoes, vegetable, whatever, something to drink. And for the black people, I had a huge list about shrimp and taco salad and watermelon and turkey and ham and another ham and smoked ham and oh my god, it was absolutely all these drinks and I was like, this is ridiculous. This is absolutely ridiculous. They said no dogs or cats at the table and dinner is all day, like all day long. So when I'm with my boyfriend, I have no kitchen, and when I'm with my kids, there's a kitchen, but they didn't help me make meals. They wouldn't even eat with me, so I'd make them a meal, and I'd make myself a raw meal in the dehydrator, maybe started the day before. And so the kids would refuse to spend 30 minutes at the kitchen table with me for the past couple years. Sometimes I was doing births, sometimes I had to work, sometimes I was attending postpartum visits on holidays. So it was really awkward anyway. So I wasn't always home because of work. Try to force them to sit down at the table for 30 minutes and chit chat or sit at the table. I remember my son didn't want to leave his room one year, and I had called the midwife on TV. I must have got it from the library, and I turned it on, and me and my daughter were going to sit down, and he decided to sit down and watch the show for a couple hours. And that's when he didn't want to talk and didn't want to see me and only go out of the room at night. That food makes my cheek puff up. Like when you bite your cheek and you eat something salty. It feels like that. Anyway, these chips are gone. Dang. Alright, that's like, I got it a couple days ago. I already ate 3 bags. 3 out of 4 of the bags. Anyways, I'm just getting mad at my kids. There was times that we didn't have dinner money or we couldn't get signed up for free food or the school districts refused to sign us up. We were like begging, especially when I lost my job, didn't have any income, and they said, "Oh, you live in one county, but your school's in another county, so you don't qualify for anything." And oh, there's a form that none of the teachers have that they're supposed to get. And I'm calling the counselor. Oh, we don't have the form, and you can't get any help without this piece of paper. It was like, is there like can you just write a letter, like email a letter saying that you don't have the freaking form, like out of desperation, and the child does worse at school. You see that commercial where this family owns the house versus rents, and the grade is better and all this stuff. Like it's a struggle. And so on one hand, if you watch The Wiz in the beginning, Dorothy is, it's like the Black Wizard of Oz. She's a she's in the inner city apartment, and everyone's all dressed up. All these people come sit around the table, and all the food is perfect, and the kitchen is just bubbling up stuff, and pushing out. They're producing all this food, and it's all set up. That's how it was with like my immediate family, because there would only be like those people and grandma. So it'd be like, I don't know, my brother always said it'd be like only 4 or 5 people most of the time on the formal dining room with the table set. My mom had 2 ovens on the wall, and then the stove and the counter. She had a very small kitchen actually, but she had a kitchen, a sink, like an island, not an island, a sink overlooking towards the TV, the counter, the stove, all of these cabinets, all the way around, 4 sides of cabinets. The wall oven that came in the house was a green oven, like 70s color, and the refrigerator that matched that oven was down in the basement. Because when I grew up, I think they had a yellow refrigerator. The yellow refrigerator and a green oven. I love those colors. And actually had wallpaper. My grandma actually had the same wallpaper in her house. And my dad, last time I saw, was painting over everything white, which I was kind of sad that he was doing that. Probably because thinking of my grandmother's kitchen had the same exact wallpaper. Most of my family, almost 100% of my family, except for me, owns a house. Most people have a kitchen, whether they live in a house or a condo or apartment. Um, in general, so you have this narcissism. You have this nice house, nice meals, oyster stuffing, sweet potato and mincemeat pie. Grandma would bring the pies, um, eggnog. Sit and get a fat belly. I'd sit under the kitchen table while we were cleaning up, but I would have a stomachache eating so much. Uh, I don't know if it's true. And Christmas or Thanksgiving, having Star Wars or something come on the TV, some kind of family-friendly movie or something, and having Christmas coming up, having break from school. So you have those things that a lot of people think about. There's food, the family's home. I always looked up to my brothers coming back. My dad was often working out of town. My dad was home, and I just cared so much. I never told anyone this. I probably told one person recently. I always cared so much that my dad wouldn't get in an accident or get hurt traveling back and forth to work out of town and driving on like 75, like Highway 75, Highway 23, 75 to Oscoda, or whatever goes from Kalamazoo, Michigan, 96 or something, or going to pick up my brother from college on the way back. There's different memories. I think of Baby Yoda, and I think of Baby Yoda a little bit, even though I didn't really watch Baby Yoda. Like, I think of just really being a little kid and reading I don't know if it was Sears or JCPenney catalog. The mom said, "Go out here, look at this catalog, see if you find something for your wish list for Christmas." And you'd see all the dolls and the Barbies and the cooking sets and all the girly stuff, ponies. So I told my counselor that my boyfriend won't celebrate holidays. He tries to say that that he wants to spend every day like a holiday and do the best with me. But we're not doing anything. And he used to complain to the counselor that I take too long to get ready. I'd rather take 20 minutes to get ready, go to the bathroom, and put a whole bunch of clothes on than to go out. Especially you're here, it's 70-something degrees, and you go out and it's 50 and windy on the water and fishing. So it's like, it's cold, you're gonna sit in the car with the heat on, which I've done before. Why not put some, or vice versa, it's hot and sunny, fishing, or you want to go boating, and I tell you, don't take the boat to the middle of the lake, because I haven't been on a boat, and since my son was a newborn, 19 years, I hadn't been on a boat. And he goes in the middle of the water, and I was scared. I hadn't got used to it yet. I just want to just spend like 30-40 minutes getting used to the water, like go along the edge here and there. And then he does something. I said, no. And people, I've been sexually assaulted. You say no, and you do it anyways. And then you have no powers. You cannot fight the people off. And that's not how we should treat each other. You know, this is not an emergency where you have to cross the ice, you know, because there's predators chasing you, and you say, you get on this thing that's dangerous now because it's either that or in the mouth of the lion. Like, you know, it's not like, you know, but it's like, especially if, so I haven't even gone out, and I said I would go out in that boat, in that canoe, and I haven't, and there's just so much that I'm pulling up right now, but you have that narcissist Bailey where it looks so good from the outside, and they even do stuff good in the inside. Then when it's time to, my tomatoes are off. Let me stand over there. My tomatoes are off. Hold on. I got this wet tomatoes in here. I think they're gonna end up ruining. Oh my god, they're all moldy. Oh, there's fruit flies in there already. Oh my god. Hold on, guys. I got a situation. Let me just grab this bag here. This is a random bag. Let me take everything out. So I have some eBay labels that they recycle. I have some Dr. Bronner's original, which I bought my boyfriend some of that. Of course, none of that got eaten yesterday. I got some work pants from storage that I was supposed to have. Oh, these are clean. There's a dish rag, 2 dish rags, and a pair of leggings that don't. Oh no, I think all these tomatoes are bad. I might just dump them all out. Oh my god, it's soaking wet, and I didn't realize it was soaking. Hold on. I didn't realize it was soaking wet. Yeah, guys, what did I do? I shouldn't have put them in the bucket. Oh, now the bag. Oh, the bag just broke. Oh my god, the ones on the bottom are all nasty. Fruit flies. Alright, so I gotta look. So I just caused depression with my story. I'm just gonna throw 3 paper towels in there. Hold on, I'm gonna do this thing. Oh my god, I gotta put this water on. So I was used to having the house to myself over the past few days, and I'm being kind of a brat because I did really well. Did I eat all of my nut butter? I think I did. I did really well, like my back. I hadn't been doing my exercises properly, which is not good. Hold on. Let me grab a couple of nuts. I gotta get some protein. I already had protein. Oh, and I lost a little bit. Oh, 160. Is it 165.8 or 166.8? I think both. I think it was 1. Alright, weigh myself twice. Oh, that was disgusting. There's a lot of old tomatoes I gotta get rid of. The freezing weather, and my tomatoes got ruined, and I had beautiful marigolds, and they all got ruined. I should have put them inside out of the elements. I'm so stupid. Because there's only one freezing day. I could have brought them in for a day. I kept falling asleep, but I went to physical therapy the day before Thanksgiving, and they said, oh, your back's not so stressed out. And I didn't even hurt that much. And so sometimes my body just is numb. So I hope that's not the reason why. Like, you could bite your tongue halfway off, and someone could numb it with something. Like, oh, it doesn't hurt at all. It felt great. I'm like, not really. Like, a good reason. So we hadn't watched the news the night before that. I hadn't been doing my exercises properly, which I need to do in the morning instead of waiting at night. And I had that's what I'm looking for. I had been getting up, like, right now, able to move around, turn the light on, scream, run around, talk to myself, put the water on, make all this noise, turn the TV on, play my game, and just chill. Like, be myself. Like, I feel like I'm cooped up. I don't like it, but go out, get something from the car, or go to the store if needed. Get up, make noise, and move from place to place. Not be like, my boyfriend sleep right here, I'm gonna get up and move around, and he's gonna stir, I'm gonna drop something, or I'm gonna get some food, or I wanna make him food, even chop up onions and start doing some stuff, and, so, I decided to prove everyone wrong. I was gonna buy a bunch of stuff for my kids, some socks, Chia Pet, and something told me yesterday there was mice in the garage. I gotta go move my medical table out of the garage. The mice might have eaten it already. I forgot to put it back in the car when I got home. This is horrible. I had a bag for the medical table. I threw that away because I spilled raw food. So tomatoes, man, have a lot of water in them. Anyways, I have a feeling that mice ate through this medical table, and I have to tape it up. I don't really want my water boiling. I'm anxious about work because I had to call the police. The sheriff last time I was closing by myself. I went with this lady, and she just went to people after they were closed, and they left. But there was only like 3 sets of people instead of like 10. But what's bad is she's white, has blonde hair and blue eyes, and she wasn't picking up trash. She looked more, and she had more of a uniform. She didn't look so. It's like, when you see someone picking up trash, like, oh, that's just a trash picker upper. Like, who cares? You have the authority to write citations. Anyways. Old black woman. Like, they take a chance with me. How the public gonna react? And it sucks to have such a bad doctors. Trying to figure out a certain law. Anyways. I have a lot on my to-do list. I had contacted this company for a letter that I need. I contacted them months ago. They never sent the letter. I'm gonna check. These are like, what are you talking about? Like, these people, all I need to do is read something. Like, I need to get a hold of their CEO. However, this is absolutely ludicrous. I'm gonna do a BBB review. That if I can't get a hold of anybody, I was gonna try snail mail. I'll do snail mail. If I don't hear from anyone, I'll do a BBB review to see if I can get somewhere. Anyways, it's causing me to lose like $30,000 literally, and there's nothing I can do about it because deadlines have passed because of this company. There's a lot that's coming up, so there's a lot of bad, and people say, oh, because you think and you're from a bad place, you come from a bad place in your life, you're attracting all this bad stuff. And my boyfriend, I said, I don't like this county you live in. And I didn't even like Portland. And he's like, oh, you have PTSD, and that's why nobody likes you. Nobody wants to be a friend. And he keeps saying, oh, if a woman's raped, and she has to talk about rape all the time. Tell her that. Talk about it until you don't need to talk about it. But it might be hard to make friends if that's what you talk about all the time. I feel like I have actually been raped. I hate that example that he uses, and I probably should talk about it more. I mean, I don't even talk about it at all, hardly. I should have talked about it to law enforcement. You know what I mean? Um, I I know that when I was watching these crime shows, they had a statistic. They said 250,000 women are raped a year or whatever. I was like, it's gotta be more than that. Women, females, because a lot of that is happened to me underage too, and after being 18. But there's also rapes of men and boys, but it's really underreported. I wish I reported sexual assault, even attempted sexual assault. But that's back when still the police would look at me like, you're the one that's in trouble. You're the one that's, it's like the purge or citizen's arrest or something. You want to be like, you know something's wrong and you know someone's getting away, and the person, the groups, the law enforcement are making it impossible for you to make a police report or certain things, or yell at me. I had like this guy do hit and run. I didn't call the police to do a police report till the next day, and they yell at me for waiting. Why'd you wait a day? And I was like, and then they're like, oh, we found this guy. He was uninsured. If you have damage to your vehicle, you're gonna have to take this up yourself, like hire a lawyer or I don't know, take it to court or something, sue the guy or something. And I just let it go. This guy hit our car and he was driving uninsured. He should have a citation, you know. It was hit and run, and I wrote down his license plate, but gosh, there's so much stuff so all the people that tell me that it's my fault that people are doing crimes against me or treating me poorly or harassing me, that it's my, all this white people keep telling me this. It's your fault. Oh, nobody celebrate Thanksgiving with you. It's got to be your fault. You got to be doing something wrong. Well, maybe I am. Oh, my one friend was talking about the vibration, and I was like, yeah. What is the Romano? Oh my God, her name's not Kathy. What is her name? Lisa A. Romano talks about the vibration, and she had a narcissistic mom, and the way her mom treated her, blah 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 blah, blah caused her a certain vibration. So yeah, when she went out into life, she had that vibration like an opposite magnet. She was still attracting all these different types of people, and then she had her own children, or at least her son, where she was still in this vibration. So even though she wasn't acting like her mom, blah 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 blah, there was still some of that not just like unbalanced. So she would say you had to meditate and change your vibration, and then it's like she flourished into this other person that no longer attracted these type of people, and it's scary. Like, and my boyfriend yells at me about watching the crime and murder shows, and he watched nature shows. I was like, why is it different? This male is having sex with 6 females, and he's fighting to the death this other male, and the top contestants or whatever, the males fighting over territory, and the females, and how do you know the females aren't being sexually like raped? How do you know they're it's like they're animals and then they have babies and they seem to be happy, but it's like their instincts kick in, and it's like, what was it, an elephant? There was one where it's like it was the opposite. It was the female was the dominant, and she's the one who got to have sex and breed, and the other females, one of the other females was having sex over here away from the community. These are animals. Suppose this is what the narrator said, and she was over here, and they kicked her out of the village or something. She was alone, and there was like rival packs or whatever. I don't know if they were cats or what. Anyways, then they finally, like, after so long, let that female back. But there was also a hierarchy, so there was like the so-called queen, and then she had like a few other females around her that were like royalty also, but then there was like the worker ones here, and then like the guards, and then like what, it was just like a king, queen, like a kingdom, like peasants and swords. I was like swordsmen. What's it called? Knights and stuff. It was so. And this, I always like. You watch these animal shows and it's like this one's thinking blah blah blah, and this one's doing this, and this one's decorating his nest with those gunshots with blue shiny things. I was like, how do I know that that's even real? Like, and this thing is getting blue shiny things from trash or somewhere. Like, trying to, like, they're trying to impress this female with the, and it's like, what are the animals really thinking? We know these humans are filming us. Let's be silly. Let's collect a bunch of trash and like dance and sing like they do. We can see the TV through the human huts over there. We can see the song and dance. Let's do. Anyways, so there's my old life, and then the holiday brings up that. But we had good food, but we had money to buy food, but for some of the time, they housed and clothed me. Um, but I was getting beaten every day, but there was violence with my parents, but there was hatred towards me as a child and a grown up. So then when the holiday comes, like my birthday, and my mom had told me how much she didn't like me, it becomes this whole situation with her threatening to kill me and trying to beat me up or beating me and me feeling like she was capable of killing me. And so my birthday, we didn't do anything. I didn't go anywhere. A month or 3 weeks, 2 to 4 weeks prior, I told my boyfriend, if you're not going to do anything with me, I'm going to go to a hotel or go to the beach by myself. And I had stated that I had, later on, I said, I don't want to celebrate alone. Will you please celebrate my birthday with me? And we didn't do anything. And I ended up, I don't know how I ended up, was I working? I I was trying to work as a housekeeper at this inn. I know it might have been on my birthday week. Oh, because I didn't go out of town. I didn't have any money. I was that desperate to work as an innkeeper. I didn't have any money. And I went, somehow I was out. I might have had to work. And I went walking. I might have to clean this in on my birthday. It was really hard carrying stuff up and down. So I went walking on this trail down the street, which I hadn't done by myself. Um, and I said, even though, yeah, I'm pretty sure I worked and I was wearing my Doc Martens, so my feet were so sore already. I was wearing like the Mary Janes. I think I took the short walk or something. I was just like, I can barely lift my feet. Yeah, that's what happened. So I had to work on my birthday. I didn't go out of town. I was desperate for money. I had no money in my account. Any checks would have gone out for the rent. The Portland rent would have bounced. So I needed some money fast. And I ended up, I don't even remember the rest of the day. I think I just slept or something because that job was hard and my back hurt. I don't even think I could sleep. So I didn't do anything because I was scheduled. I was telling my boyfriend, like, I said I wanted to do something. It was still warm, like summer, and I wanted to, well, it's probably fall, but whatever. But it's still nice weather in October and September this year. And I said I wanted to do something. Yes, COVID's going on. Even like what I did yesterday, go to a couple parks and go walking. I wanted to do something, not just have his TV shows be on. Um, excuse me. And I knew that I had been applying for 200 to 300 jobs by that point. So what happens when you apply for 200 to 300 jobs? It took a year, but it literally took me a year to find a job, and then another job, and another job. And if I'm on unemployment, all these jobs are low paying, very few hours, temporary, very part time. So I still don't make enough to get off unemployment. That'll end in a month. And so the jobs became more busy. And I know that when I save up money and work all the time, and even if it's not that much money, but go and buy food so that I don't pass out at work, go and buy easy food that might be kind of expensive, like take them, just buy the bare minimum. You want to buy more, but you got just enough to keep you alive, especially processed raw foods. And you take that time you're busy, you're not doing a lot of shopping, and it's like you have a 3-day weekend or a week off, and oh crap, you gotta buy something from Kohl's, you gotta buy something from Target. No, don't even take me to Walmart, because I'm gonna impulse shop a whole bunch of stuff with weird prices. $3.33, $3.96. Oh, it is weird prices. Oh, it's only $1.47. I gotta get it. Oh, it's 97 cents. Oh wait, this thing's $50, but it's on my to-do list. Oh, since I had time and I'm already here, I might as well or my buy list, I might as well buy it. So then I end up spending up the money and putting out a credit card, and it's like, oh, I got back to the rat race. So I'm not make what my 17 years of college, including graduate medical school, has not conditioned me, but trained me to do a certain level of work where you're supposed to be at hundreds of thousands of dollars a year. And part-time, you're supposed to be getting like half of what I just said, like 75,000 a year, minute for like a few hours. I actually do work enough to make like a quarter of that or half of that, and I don't get paid it for some reason. These potatoes were 79 cents, by the way. We couldn't even make that for his freaking Thanksgiving. That just ticks me off. So yesterday, I sat here quietly. I was excited. I wanted to start going to the freezer. You heard me go through or did you hear me? I went to the freezer right before I pushed the video on, and I grabbed some chicken legs. I said I'm just gonna make chicken legs for him. There's a bunch of turkey or chicken in there. I was gonna buy a turkey or a turkey breast. So anyways, some people were doing sharing their meal or whatever. I didn't know how to deal with that. So I was gonna thaw some of the stuff out the other day, but I didn't, and I was waiting for my food because I didn't have the energy. Same with my kids, it's like make something for myself, whether it be kale chips. Back then I was eating buffalo jerky, like that I homemade, low temperature. I turned the temperature up and turned it down, so I didn't want parasites. But I ended up driving to the park with all my computers and just walking around. And then I ended up coming back because I had a really bad stomachache. I was going to go to the store and use the bathroom because they closed, I believe, at 2:30. And I ended up coming home and just grabbing all the recycling and putting that in. In fact, I'm going to pause this video and go down and put that medical bed. It's probably already eaten up by mice. I put that in the house or in the car, put that stuff out of the car into the garage where there's a lot of mice. Some of the recycling, I had one of these nut butter jars and the mice had got in there and pooped all. I was like, those bugs, like, oh, those are turds. I'm like, ew. A whole bunch of turds in the, like the whole box. I don't want to put anything in there. It just aggravates me. Bugs, and cockroaches, and carpet critters, like fruit flies now because of my freaking stuff I brought in. I shouldn't have kept it in that bucket. Anyways, I'm gonna meditate while I go down there and do this. The one thing that I want to say is I got on my meeting that's on the internet, my NA meeting, for about 2-3 hours, maybe 2 hours. I had gone to the park and did a little bit of work, I think, on my computer. I brought my computer and all my devices, and like none of them had been charged. It was ridiculous. So I tried to charge my phone and had the car on and the charger wasn't even working. I had wanted to go do something else, but I had my laptop or my bag for my iPad, which has my social security card, my passport, and all the important documents. I didn't want to just go, I was going to go hiking somewhere. I didn't want to leave that in the car. So I brought that stuff in, and I went up to the island down the street, about 20 miles, and there's recycling on the way home. There's actually two. And then I ended up being another recycling down on the island. So I went down as far south as I could go, and I took left so I wasn't following this guy. And there was a pier. I didn't get out of the car. There's a couple out there looking at me funny. I was like, oh, look, I'm a black woman sitting in the car. I look suspicious, like I'm gonna like steal a quarter from their ashtray or something. I put ashtrays, you know what I mean? And I just left because I got super anxious with these people parked next to me. And I'm like, how am I gonna back out? Like, I just wanted some time to myself. I took a couple pictures, filled up my camera, and then I went back and saw. So on the way there was a park with a pavilion and some people and some dog walkers. I should go out there. I said, no, I'm gonna go home or go take the recycling and then go to this other park I was gonna go to that had a porta potty. So I was like, I'm gonna go use that porta potty. Then I'm gonna go hiking up here by myself, and I might get lost. I don't hike by myself in the trees. I do trails where it's like straight up and down and maybe a T, but I don't do because of my sense of direction. So I was just gonna go out there by myself and say screw it. And I had listened to my video or my Zoom meeting down there, and I really wanted to speak, and I had lost the internet, so I couldn't. My phone was full. I couldn't take pictures. My internet was lost. I couldn't listen to my meeting. And then somehow, I think my music came on for about 5 minutes. I don't know what happened. So I was on my way back to that park. The speed limit was like 25 in this little town. I said, oh, there's a recycling there. So let me pull over there. And then all the people left. And I did my recycling. And then I just locked up the car. I brought my incense. I burned some incense. And then I walked, and the sun was low in the sky. And I was outside with a tank top on. I was sweating. A tank top on, and I walked, and it was an exercise park. I didn't do the exercise, and I had my convenient little purse that you guys see, that one made in Afghanistan, little leather purse. Here it is. I had this purse, and I'm using it as like a wallet, so I can just take this and put it in the big purse if I want to carry my glasses and or my iPad and my water bottle. So I stick this in the big purse and then pull it out. Before I had my other purse, my Doc Martens purse, which is pretty. Should have got the matching belt that went with it. I had this, and the 2 wallets. So I was just moving the 2 wallets and the pens out. But then I don't know how. I don't have everything probably. That holds a lot. Surprisingly, it's got a whole bunch of pockets and snaps. Um, so I just could just grab that, leave the other stuff in the car. By then, I'd already gotten the computers and stuff out and just go to the walk. And then I felt really sad. I said, let me call my friend and find a meeting. And I found a couple meetings up the street. It's Thanksgiving, and she's trying to help me with this website. And I was like, oh, I'm sorry. I was like, yeah, I'm out in the middle of nowhere. My phone is going slow. It's probably because it's full. So she had told me about this website, and I felt bad bugging her about when's the next meeting. And I said, oh, shoot, there's a Buddhist recovery meeting tonight I usually go to. And so we were watching reruns when I got home, and the Buddhist recovery meeting, I missed it. And my friend reminded me that there's a women's group at 7:30. I missed that because the stupid TV was on, and I fell asleep from like 7:20 to 7:40. I should have jumped on that other meeting late. But it was horrible. My kids took several hours to say happy Thanksgiving. My son didn't say anything. I didn't call him. I was hoping they would call me. And I talked to my friend. She said, oh, you're doing great. She's someone I met out here. It's the only person I met from the recovery meetings that I had a number. I had met another lady, but she hadn't responded. So you're doing great. You're making new memories. You're doing a great job. You're taking a walk. I was like, yeah. And my boyfriend texted me like, I wish you were happy. I was like, I'm gonna wake up and have somebody fuss at me because I was watching this stupid Green River Killer thing, and I was watching the last 3 minutes of Who Done It. The detectives find out. And I had met a lady at a funeral, and I don't want to go into detail. Anyways, there were some people, and there's an association, there was people in AA, and I had met a friend in the parking lot who was talking about that she had flyers about the Green River Killer, and I had been scared about this lady was super paranoid, and I had talked to someone, and we were both in recovery. This was about what 3 years ago probably, and it felt really nice to have made that friend, and we just chit chatted and all this stuff outside. We couldn't go to the burial site, only the inside funeral. The other family members went to the other part of the funeral, so we were in this empty parking lot on like a Saturday. It was beautiful. There's bald eagles, and there's other stories associated with this group of people in recovery, including a friend of mine, the person who invited me, the person who died. There's this big AA recovery, stay clean, change your life thing that's surrounding. And then to have that Green River Killer out of Washington State be on the TV, and then I had 3 minutes, unless I had to get scolded for watching the show. And I was thinking to myself, the God coincidences. And I was thinking, I came over here as he was tripping over my feet and fussing at me. And I had showed you, I think, this chair, this clip fell off a few days ago. And I have this fake leather chair I spent at least $80 on. This spinny doctor's chair. And there was a huge stack of computer and books and paper on the chair, and this was on the bottom, and it had made a huge imprint. So he's telling, oh, this TV is drama, or that lady you met is drama. And I was thinking about other people in sobriety, not just doing it on your own and not just doing it with you and your higher power, but other people. And I had this chair. I said, oh no, I was looking for that clip. I hoped it fell on the floor. I hope it didn't make a hole. And I didn't answer because we got in another argument using that term drama before. And I was like, yeah, it is. And then he just fussed at me and I left. And I was tiptoeing around because I know he says if he's sleepy, he needs to sleep. I was tiptoeing around from 5 or 6 in the morning until 12:40 at night in the afternoon, alone on a holiday. I would have been better off walking up and down the aisles of Walmart. See, just do an experiment. Go see if anyone has any of the food, like, does anyone have the Bragg liquid aminos? Does anyone have freeze dried organic fruit? Like, I would have been better off going up and down the aisles looking for it. Just as an experiment, you know. That's what I'm gonna do on Christmas. I swear, and it's crowded. I'm gonna do it before Christmas and after, see if there's something interesting for me. Or go out to another town. Maybe there's a secret health food store where there's a bunch of health food nuts that in a small rural area that you never would have thought would have been eaten here. The kind of foods that I like. Anyways, I moved out of my office space and I found out yesterday, I got an email. I did a grant and they want a picture of my storefront. And I just moved out, so I can't give them that picture. This grant could have been $50. It could have been $5,000. It could have been $50,000. So now I've been displaced, and I made a decision. I can't blame anybody else. But then later on the night, so the one friend said, "You did all this stuff. You're making new memories. Good for you, getting out and doing something for yourself." She said, "Oh, I should go out." I was like, "Yeah, you want to go out and do yard work? I'd do it. You go out half an hour for the sunset. It's starting to get chilly." I was gonna sit out there all night. Not really all night, but it started getting chilly, so I didn't even have my sweatshirt with me. It was that warm in the sun. I said someone else I was like, she's like, "Oh, I hope at least you had a good Thanksgiving." I was like, "No, not really. I just drove around the county by myself." And she's like, "That's not good at all." And I was like, she was like, "Unless that's what you wanted to do." And I was like, "I don't have anyone to celebrate holidays with. I can't even sit at home." You know, like the art of cooking, even if you don't cook food, like even for me, I can make smoothies, I can make juice, I can do dehydrated stuff. I got a food processor I haven't used. I can make a lot of food and to process those tomatoes and all the stuff that's going bad because I'm ignoring it. I could have gotten some kale, you know, put something in the oven and gone and get some kale at the store, you know, turn it off and turn it back on. The store's only 5 minutes away. It's that process of creativity, it's that scientific, it's that cutting stuff up, getting your hands in the onions and the garlic and, oh, look at all the spices I have, and mixing the stuff and using your mind and your memory as a human to use fire and heat and to smell the house smelling like good food, you know what I mean? And then putting something, if it's cooked on a stove or in the oven, we don't have a kitchen. Then I was trying to throw something in the dehydrator or eat some of the food that I got from that other place. And since I ate all the sweets already, I would have made some sweets. Maybe chop up pecans and mix them with raw honey and sea salt and spicy and cinnamon mixed together tastes good. With ground pepper, it tastes good for some reason. Put that in the dehydrator and have, like, you know how you get like the sweet nuts, you know, glazed nuts or whatever. Make a smoothie. It was warm yesterday. Put some ice cubes, some banana, frozen fruit, strawberry, banana, a couple of blueberries in there, some maca powder. I could have done all that, but instead I'm driving up and down the street alone. I see couples out. I see a couple men by themselves or with a dog. I said, I saw a black woman in the park. I said, I wonder if she's working. She had a mask or something. I wonder if she's working. There's some Hispanics in there, a bunch of people playing with their kids. I said, I wonder if these people are like me. Sometimes the park fills up with cars and there's nobody out, or there's 2 or 3 people out walking around. I said, I wonder if these people have no one to spend the time with like me. I said, I want to go to a meeting. But check it out, I haven't been to a meeting in person. COVID rates are up. I believe one of my relatives is sick with COVID. Let me do a meditation. People say, oh, you're depressing. Oh, you don't have anything nice to talk about. That's why nobody likes you. Like, you're causing this energy to come to yourself. But I have about at least 10 relatives that I used to call on holidays and wish them happy Thanksgiving and text them. I said, I'm done. They don't like me. I try to call. They say they're busy, that they can't talk to me. I'll call you back. Years go by. So I'm just thinking to myself, screw them. Like, I can't keep on trying. Like, I can. I can keep on trying, you know? I can keep on trying. So before I do the see what damage is done to my table, I want to say the good thing is I stayed sober. The good thing is, as far as I know, I don't have COVID. I do have a job where I had to go out of town again, the census job. And I have a job today where I got threatened the last time I was alone at night. The police told me to call. This job is really low paying. I think I should take them up on it. Get there really early and just explain the situation. Especially if I get there early and like I drive through Metapeak and go to the other one, I could see how many people are there too. Anyways, I could see if there's like the weather has been nice. I was like, oh, I kind of wish I would open. Well, I saw this job that's a better job than mine. It probably pays more too. And it said I only need a college or a high school degree. I thought the one I applied for needed a college. I know it. So it said if you have a 1 year experience or you can substitute a bachelor's degree for the 1 year experience. Like 4 years of college is so I would have both after what 11 more months, 10 more months. I was like, wait, I need I noticed most of the jobs that worked outside in Oregon were you needed 1 year experience to even apply in the degree. And then there's like a ranger class I saw that they wanted you to take. I'm gonna sign up for it. Hold on. Guys, my boyfriend's home already. It's only 8 something. Listen, I prayed and meditated on the way out, and my counselor thinks that's my fault that stuff's happening. Like being raped. Don't ever tell a rape victim that's their fault. Don't, just because you were in the wrong place at the wrong time, someone decided to put, it's not like, oh, I was in I got a gunshot because I robbed a bank. No, it's because you're minding your business. You're going to school, you're going to work, and you're at a party, and someone pulls you and holds you down and rapes you. Don't ever say that someone's a victim because it's their fault.